Hey, welcome back to the Canadian Podcaster Online Magazine. It's the podcast that goes along with the magazine we do every month. CanadianPodcaster.com. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for pressing play. Thank you for flipping through the magazine. If you haven't been there yet, then you need to go there. CanadianPodcaster.com is the website. It's an online magazine. It's not a newsletter. No. It's a magazine, and you get to flip the pages. It's really, really fun. It's quite addictive. And you can go back and forth, and everything you see on the page is clickable, taking you to some of the most amazing people and businesses and services, all podcast related, content created related for voices from Canada and services that are going to help you as a Canadian podcaster. If that's you, like me, I'm here near Niagara Falls in Ontario, Canada. I'd love to hear where you're listening in from. I can see you in my stats. I know you're there. So I'd love to hear from you, CanadianPodcaster.com. SpeakPipe is there. It's a way to leave a voice message. Tell me about your show. Leave me a voice message. Tell me about the name of your podcast. Where do you live here in Canada? Where are you from? And what do you do on your show so that we can feature you? I put on threads last week. Hey, I'm looking for podcasters to feature in the September version of the Canadian Podcaster Online Magazine. If you're Canadian and a podcaster, please let me know. And bam, it's like fishing in a barrel. There's so many great Canadian podcasters. I didn't get all of you into September, but I'm keeping the list for October and beyond. So don't give up on me. I would love to feature your podcast as well. Stop making me chase you. Okay? Stop making me chase you and hunt you down and search and try to find you. Just tell me, and you'll be in the next edition of the Canadian Podcaster Online Magazine. It's free. I don't even charge for this. There's no charge for anything to be a part of the magazine. It's completely for free, and I want to help you grow your audience. We got a great group of people who have signed up for email newsletters and notifications about the magazine. So if that's you and you want to be featured and you want other people to know about you, which is like the key of podcasting is to be known, then don't delay. Stop waiting to see if this magazine's going to survive or not. We're still plugging away here and we're having a great time. And the only thing that's going to make this magazine better is your participation. I'm asking every month for people to submit an opinion piece, a blog, a LinkedIn article, a Substack thing, anything to do with content creation, podcasting, and if it's from a Canadian lens or Canadian content creator yourself, bonus points. I want to tie this in and make it a great tool for you as a podcaster here in Canada to do the thing that you love to do. And whatever we can do to make that easier for you, that's what we want to do. Lots of great stuff this month coming up in the magazine. I would love for you to go check it out. I would love for you to share it with somebody too. You know people. I know you know people. You're one of those really smart, popular people that everyone loves. So I know you can share this with people and let them know about what's going on in the magazine. I love doing the cover of the magazine. A little side tangent for you. I love sharing pictures from all the different places around the globe. And I don't know, it's really, really fun to create this magazine every month. And I'm looking forward to getting your feedback on September's version here on CanadianPodcaster.com. Let's get into the conversation. Thanks for being here. So right off the bat here in September, I caught a video posted by one of my amazing podcaster buddies, Danny Brown, here in Canada, the adopted Scottish man here in Canada. Works for Captivate.fm, where we host this podcast. Thank you, Captivate, for all your love and support for podcasting. And Danny posted something, and he used like an AI thing to make this content. I believe I understand why he did it this way, but the topic around mental health for podcasters, for content creators, what really sat with me, Danny, as you hear this, is just that podcasting is a way for people to come and hear our content and to make better choices, get support, find acceptance, and be better. Podcasting is super at creating this safe space for people to find help. We're not licensed people for the most part. We just have a story and we have a mission to share, and it helps people. But to Danny's point, who's there to help the podcaster? Who's there to help a podcaster who may be struggling with their own mental health or feelings of inadequacy or overwhelm or all of the things that come along with being a podcaster? Things that a listener, a viewer would never really associate with what we do in content creation and creating podcasts. And I have a link at the beginning of the magazine for September because I think it's really, Danny brings up some great points through this release. And I would love for you to go listen to it and listen to the heart behind the words. Obviously, that's not Danny's voice in the recording, but I think it's a great way for Danny to share a message without having to be overly personal. And maybe it might be hard to talk about some of these things, but using the tools he did created a really interesting discussion around podcasting and mental health. And here's a little clip of what Danny posted. And I'm not going to play it all because I want you to go to Danny's page and I want you to listen to it there so we can interact with him in the comments around this. But really brave to put this out there. And to Danny's point, not something we hear a lot of at podcasting conferences or in the podcasting world. We're so fixated on audience size and monetization and all of the aspects of editing and creating podcasts. There's this other side of podcasting that Danny's bringing forward. And I think it's really something that we as leaders need to talk about. We need to be aware of. We need to be watching our brothers and sisters in podcasting, keep our fingers on them and let them know they're not alone. And we need to build this community and support each other. Another reason why I'm creating this magazine is I want to support each other. And I want this to be a safe place for us to share some of the hard things about podcasting. And Danny shares a few thoughts through this AI tool, but don't get caught on the AI tool as much. Get caught on the words, because the words come from Danny. So here's a little clip.
It's such a stark reminder that behind every microphone, there's a real person, often dealing with some pretty immense pressure. And that single powerful experience is where this story really begins. So to really get what's going on here, we have to look past the numbers and start with a real human story. It's a journey that really shines a light on a problem that so many in the industry are facing, often in total silence. And wow, did it all escalate fast. We're talking about one morning, early 2019, this podcaster is just on his way to work. He has a breakdown at a train station, and just like that, everything stops. That very same day, he's in a hospital. The diagnosis was depression and anxiety, all brought on by stress and just complete overwork. And while he's managing it now, his story is a huge warning sign for how these pressures can build up completely unseen. And that's exactly why this story matters so much. This isn't just one person's struggle. It's a window into a much, much bigger issue that's been kept in the shadows of the podcasting world for too long. Okay, so that story really opens up a bigger question, right? Why podcasting? What is it about this medium that creates this perfect storm for mental health struggles? A huge piece of the puzzle is just how solitary the whole thing can be. I mean, just think about it for a second. For so many podcasters, it's a total one-person operation. You're not just the voice. You're the planner, the researcher, the sound engineer, the editor, the publisher, and your own PR team. That is a massive weight of responsibility to carry all by yourself. So let's drill down into just one part of this.
So we're getting to that time of year, back to school, back to routine, back to, all of the things that lead into the September months here in Canada. And it's back to our podcast. If we've taken a break over the summer, if we've done a quieter release schedule. September, we start gearing up, right? We're going for the last part of the year, focusing on these last few months, getting ready for 2026, which is weird to say out loud, but we're getting ready for the end of the year and how we're going to end on a high note. And my challenge for you this year and this time of the year is to map out the rest of the months that we're looking at for September, October, November, and December. It's something that we need to focus on. We need to focus on what's important, what do we have to do, what interviews do we need, and that content creation around a calendar is really going to help you. Would love for you to invest some time in that yourself and focus on the good things ahead for your podcast in 2025 for the remaining of the year. If you don't have a plan, it's time to start one. And this is a perfect time to get back into that routine. So make sure you get back in there, engage with your audience. And if you've taken a break over the summer, then come back with some great content, refreshed, focused for your audience as we look into September. It's exciting. Like most of the things in my life, I run on coffee. And if you would love to support what we do here on the Canadian Podcaster Online Magazine and the podcast itself, would love for a donation through our Buy Me a Coffee. There's a link in the show notes as always. And that money is really redistributed back to other podcasters to help them with their show and to help them grow and do what they want to do with their podcast. So if you're able to, and it strikes your fancy, as some would say, then please take a look at the link in the show notes. Would love to borrow a coffee from you, as neighbors do. Thanks for thinking of that. I'm loving the Fans First book, and it's about the baseball team, the Savannah Bananas. And Jesse Cole is the author of the book. I've been reading this thing constantly. Audiobook is amazing. And lots of great stuff. We have that as a feature for this month for you to go check out if you use the link in the magazine. It is my affiliate link to Amazon.ca, so appreciate it if you want to use that link, or you can search it up yourself if you want to avoid the link, but it's there for you if you wish. And again, a great book that, even though it's talking about bananas and baseball, there's a podcasting element to what we talk about and a content creation element to building something from scratch, to failing and coming out of failure and going forward. Some great lessons there from Fans First, the Savannah Bananas baseball team, and again, in the author's Jesse Cole. So take a look at that. All the information in the magazine for September. Podcast guesting is like an amazing opportunity for us as hosts of our own show. When we're the hosts of our own podcast, we know what our show's about. We know how to do our show, but we don't really know how other people do their shows. So by being a guest, you get to learn and see behind the scenes of some other podcasters out there. And being the guest puts you in the passenger seat. You don't know what's coming. You don't know what's going to happen on the show. And it really helps you to come back to your own show after guesting a few times to go, maybe I can tweak my show. Maybe I can do it better. I liked what happened on that show. You get to see how people onboard their guests. You get to see how people do their calendars, what recording software they use virtually to have you online and part of their world, how they do their pre and post communication. What kind of assets do they provide? How do they repurpose the content? You learn a lot by being a guest. So if you're not in the habit of being a guest, for the rest of 2026, I would love and I would challenge you to be on one podcast a month for the remaining months of this year. And just try it. Find a podcast in your niche, in your area, adjacent to what you do, that complements what you do. Reach out and say, do a guest swap. Have them on your show, you be on their show. But get out there and guest. So I did a whole article in the magazine for September on guesting and why I think it's important and why you should check it out. And right after that article is a page on Podmatch. That's where I find great guests for my show. And if you're looking for a great tool that can help you to find guests or be a guest, go check out Podmatch. There's all the information is right there after the article. And I would love for you to come check out what they do over there. They're great people. If you ever want to see a podcast report card, go to podmatch.com/report. It's free. You don't even need to be a podcast or Podmatch member to access this, but you'll see some great information monthly around podcasting. Podmatch.com/report. Go check it out. So multiple podcasters this month featured in the magazine. Thank you to everybody for participating and allowing us to put your show in the magazine. I hope it brings you many, many, many new listens, subscribers, followers. And for all those that are here with us, please leave a review, a rating, do something just to honor these amazing podcasters. Jump in their comments if you listen on Spotify, like how I listen to podcasts. Get into the episodes and leave a comment. Tell them what you loved. And make sure they know that you found out about their show here in the Canadian Podcaster online magazine. PodSummit Calgary 2025 will be happening this month. And if you are available, if you're around, if you live in Calgary, you have no excuse. But go and check out PodSummit 2025, podsummit.com. And it's going to be a great lineup. Some great people coming to speak, some great connections to be made. And if you're available, you can be there. Check out podsummit.com. And love to hear your thoughts if you attended this month. Please reach out. Leave your feedback. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what you loved about the event and what you learned as well. podsummit.com. The event is September 19th to 20th, 2025, Calgary, Alberta, at the beautiful Grand Theatre. You got to go check it out. It is grand. Go check out the original chair in the lobby as you walk into the theater. That's a really cool chair. So it's been there for a long time. Don't sit in it, but you can take a look at it. And say hi to Tim and the team when you get there to PodSummit. YYC 2025. So if you're one of those podcasters and you're really dealing with stressful overload as a podcaster, you're feeling like your mental health is a challenge, please reach out and find a community to support you. Please reach out to a professional and find the help that you need. It is very important that you take care of yourself. I know for me, I'm a very driven person. I love podcasting. I do too much. I know I do too much, but I love every part of this. But there needs to be some sort of check and balance for you. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling burnt out, sad, things aren't going the way you wanted to, I'm not a licensed anything, but I'd love to chat with you and see if there's something that I can do to help you. But reaching out into your own community, and if you don't have one, build one. And if you want to borrow one, come see me over at howtopodcast.ca. We do have a meetup group we do every twice a week. For the last 2 years, we've been doing this. And you can come meet some of the nicest people you'll ever meet in podcasting from around the world. It's really quite amazing. Love to have you there. If you're looking for that kind of community connection, accountability, support, that's what we do in our meetup group. Totally free, doesn't cost you a penny. Love to have you there. But if you're having a hard time right now, talk to somebody. Don't hold it in. Don't try to figure it out yourself. And find the support you need. And there's many places to look here in Canada. A Google search will help. Talking to somebody that you trust will help. And when all things are exhausted and you're looking for support, reach out to me. I'd love to help you. Or maybe I can point you in the right place. But hang in there. Keep doing what you're doing. You're an amazing, talented person. And the world needs you. The world needs your thoughts, your love, your care. And without you, the world wouldn't be the same. So please, when you need help, realize it, recognize it, and act. Like Danny talks about in that clip that I shared earlier, encouraging you to go listen to the whole thing on YouTube, because it's got some really poignant things in there that I think you and I can put into place today. We'd love for you to go check it out. Danny, thank you so much for posting that, for challenging us to think about our mental health as podcasters and creators. And for you, in the month of September, I wish you well and look forward to chatting with you on the 15th of the month as we come back and highlight these amazing podcasters that we are featuring in this month of September. Happy September to you, your family. Get back into the routine. Get in there and meet up with your audience again, reconnect with listeners, and wishing you great happiness in your podcast. I was going to say success, but great happiness in your podcast over the next few months of 2025. We'll talk soon. Thanks for being here.